This is breaking news.
Why hasn't Diddy been charged after home raids? News Nation. Homes belonging to scene Diddy Combs were raided by federal investigators over a month ago, and the hip-hop mogul has not been charged, but that doesn't mean a legal case isn't coming, say former federal prosecutors. Department of Homeland Security agents conducted raids March 25 at Combs' multi-million-dollar mansion in Los Angeles and his Miami waterfront home, sparking widespread speculation about what prompted the searches. Since then, little is still known about the investigation, likely because prosecutors are still building a case. Nadia Shihada, who prosecuted R. Kelly for sex crimes in New York, told News Nation, 6 weeks in a federal investigation is a very short time, she said, adding that the complexity of this particular case will require a significant amount of time for fact-finding. Investigators collected a lot of evidence after the raids, including electronic devices and phones, and they will need to go through all of that and analyze it carefully, she said. They are also likely interviewing a lot of people right now, including other potential victims, former and current employees, or even members of his entourage, she added. Diddy invited men security had never seen before to hotel room. Shihada said it's also possible that prosecutors could use the grand jury to issue subpoenas for evidence and potentially call witnesses to testify under oath. I suspect they are potentially looking at building a racketeering case, and a lot of it is going to be based on testimony of witnesses and potential victims. And that takes a longer time to build because you have to speak to a lot of people, and then you have to corroborate as much information as you can so you can prove your case beyond a reasonable doubt, she said. Federal authorities have given sparse public comment as to what prompted the raids, but News Nation local affiliate WIX reported that it was part of an ongoing sex trafficking investigation. Authorities are reportedly widening their probe to include potential witness intimidation, sexual assault, and firearms violations, according to a New York Post report. Reports have also indicated that the federal probe into Combs could expand to include reinvestigating a 1999 shooting outside a New York City nightclub. Federal prosecutors have interviewed 3 Jane Does and 1 John Doe in relation to sex trafficking, sexual assault, and the solicitation and distribution of illegal narcotics and firearms related to Combs, that NBC reported. Hip-hop cop on Diddy investigation. I knew this was coming. Multiple agencies are converging on this investigation, both bi-coastal and possibly even international, which adds to the complexity, Katie Cherkasky, a criminal defense attorney and former federal prosecutor, told News Nation. Cherkasky said it's impossible to predict how long the investigation will take, but it's entirely possible it could last several weeks to months or even potentially longer. The raids came as the music producer faces a mounting list of civil lawsuits that allege abuse and sexual assault by multiple victims spanning over 30 years. Singer Cassandra Cassie Ventura, who had been in a decade-long relationship with Combs in the early 2000s, filed a bombshell lawsuit in New York federal court last November alleging sex trafficking, human trafficking, sexual battery, sexual assault, and gender-motivated violence, among other causes of action. Ventura alleged that she became lured into and eventually trapped in a pattern of abuse involving forced drug use, rape, battery, and forced sex acts with male sex workers. She settled the lawsuit with her former partner one day later, but her suit spawned several more coming forward. TMZ reported that Ventura worked with federal investigators for weeks, potentially even before the raids. The outlet reported that she may have helped investigators establish probable cause to obtain search warrants. Diddy's son Christian accused of sexual assault in new suit. The music producer has been slapped with 5 civil suits in the last 6 months, each containing a multitude of disturbing accusations. While a federal case is likely mounting, Combs is apparently staying calm. Last month, he was spotted in Miami, biking from Star Island to Miami's South Beach area, reported E! News. He shared a cryptic video on his social media this week where he is seen standing on an overcast beach with heavy winds as he opens out his arms. A male voice narrates, "Steady in the storm. Looks bad, looks tough, but remains steady in the storm," over the scene. The video also shows the camera moving down a white hallway with scenes of him hugging someone and